from the parents of a crazy psychopath teenager who realized what their son had done to a 98-year-old woman.
I'm a dark person, I guess, but like I'm not gonna go kill somebody.
98 years old, just living out her days. And here's my son. My son did this. And I'm mother all these people out here, and it's my son.
To a distraught mother who found out how her teenage daughter had taken a life.
What did you do to it?
Like, you know, have you ever eaten string cheese? Like, you know, when you twist it, that's how the bottom of the umbilical cord looked.
I don't even know what to say about it. There was zero emotion.
These are the times when parents realize their kids are actually killers. Starting off with the case of a young girl who brutally left her newborn baby in a trash can at a hospital, only for her mother to find out about the tragic news late.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
I was afraid that she knew she was pregnant. She had done something to herself.
What did you do to it?
Okay, stop right here. Stop.
On January 26, 2023, New Mexico, 19-year-old Alexi Treviso was admitted to Artesia General Hospital on the night of January 26th at 11:47 p.m. for complaints of lower back and abdominal pains. After several tests, doctors confirmed that she was actually pregnant and in labor. But what she did next would shock everyone in the hospital staff.
So we started working her up. We did a pregnancy test on her, showed positive. She was denying that she had sex. Then she said she had to go to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom. She was in there for quite a while. We kept knocking on the door. Finally, we got her to open the door, and there was blood and shit everywhere. She was cleaning it up. So we took her back to the room, and I was afraid that she knew she was pregnant. She had done something to herself. So the doctor started doing a vaginal exam on her. We had the lady come to clean the bathroom. She put the baby in the trash can, and then she put another clean liner over the top of it.
Wow. Okay.
So when they looked in there, there was no trash in there, but it was underneath the clean bag. The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too, but she killed the kid.
Yeah. How old was the baby?
I don't know. It's full term. She just had it. She had it in the bathroom. Is what happened. And then whatever she did, I don't know. She's gonna lie. She wouldn't even tell us she's pregnant. She's been lying the whole time.
Okay.
So that's what's going on. I just pulled the doctor out of the room.
As Alexi returned to her room unassisted, no one knew what she had done. However, the truth soon came to light, and her mother's reaction says it all.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. It came out of me and I didn't know what to do.
Lexi, I told you about this.
But
I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth.
it was not crying or nothing.
What did you do to it?
Okay, stop right here. Stop. Number one priority, guys. Number one priority is she just had a baby. I don't know if she's delivered the placenta. She's bleeding significantly.
Yeah.
I've spoken to the obstetrician at Loveless. They want her out there as soon as possible.
Okay.
I obviously need your permission to transfer her for medicals. She needs to
She's
be
19.
Oh, you're right.
But she is a student too.
You're right. You're right. She needs to. I'm sorry, I forgot she's 19. But you need to make sure that you're safe. I need to send you to Loveless to labor delivery. Will you please agree to that?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna work on that. I'm sorry about this, but in terms of delivering a baby and it looked like you tried to hide it, you do have to have the police involved. And nothing was crying. It came out with nothing. I know. But the baby's gonna have to be taken for autopsy and there'll be an investigator and everything. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but we need to do this correctly. And I want to be transparent with you about what our steps are going to be.
Do you guys have? I'm the charge nurse here. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Like how big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months?
Nothing was crying.
Lexi, have you watched the news of the girls what they do to their babies and what they go to jail?
Nothing was crying.
Okay. So as of right now, like what I said is we're going to have the detectives come over here and they're going to talk to you, okay? We have to gather some more information about what's going on. They'll get your statement. They're going to get the doctor's statements. They're going to get everybody's statements, okay? So I don't know everything yet, okay? So I'm not going to tell you. I can't tell you nothing, honestly, okay? All I can say
she's not going to go to jail.
Right now, right now she's being detained. So she's not going to leave from here at all, period. Okay? So one of us will be in
your custody?
Yeah, she's detained. Yeah, she's not under arrest, but she is detained. Okay, she's not free to leave. So while this whole thing is coming up, you're not free to leave. Okay, one of us will be in here the whole time with you, because you're not going to try to leave or nothing like that. All right. Like I said, the detectives will be here. They're going to talk to you. I mean, your care is of the utmost right now. Okay, they're going to do what they need to do to take care of you to make sure you get stable. They get you transferred out or whatever. Like I said, the detectives are already been notified. They're already on the way, so they're going to come talk to you. All right. So don't leave. Don't try to do nothing. One of us is always going to be in here in this room with you. Okay, unless we have to step out for doctor's orders or something like that, because if they need to examine you or do something with you. But other than that, like I said, you are detained. You are not free to leave at this point. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Where was the baby at?
I don't know. I have no clue yet. Like I said, I just talked to the charge nurse. We're still getting all the information.
Upon realizing the full story, the reactions of her Alexi's mother and hospital staff were completely different.
Where did you put the baby at? Tell me the truth.
517-836-460.
That came out of the bag. You put it in the bag?
Yes.
Yeah. Or what bag? Why did you say anything to us? Do you want to get in trouble for this now? You could get in.
I'm just going to tell you this. I've never, ever seen a reaction like that girl. I don't even know what to say about it. There was zero emotion. I don't even know what to say. I've never seen anything like it.
I've been kicking myself on this because I feel like, if I would have just taken it out, I would have seen it.
Well, no one prepares for that type of thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Most people don't act like that. So don't blame yourself for it.
Yeah.
Because it's not a natural thing to do.
I mean, it's just hard because I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother. And I've dealt with death before, but never like. And then I noticed that the umbilical cord looked like an animal had torn it apart. Like, have you ever eaten string cheese?
Mm-hmm.
And when you twist it, that's how the bottom of the umbilical cord looked. And I just remember it caught my eye and I was like, God. I was like, this chick really ripped this thing apart. Because those things are hard to cut.
Surprisingly, Alexi was cleared to leave the hospital and allowed to go home with her mother. The authorities finished processing the evidence and came to a conclusion. Alexi was charged with first-degree murder and evidence tampering. But as the officers reached her home to arrest her, there was more drama to follow.
Okay, what's going on? What are we doing? I'll bring her out. Just tell me what's going on. Okay.
I will give it to her whenever.
Can I see her?
She can see the warrant when she gets arrested.
This is my house. I have a right to see the warrant.
I'm letting you know she has a warrant for her arrest. We don't have a search warrant for your house. We have a warrant for her arrest.
Okay, can we see the warrant?
Yeah, once we
She gets a copy of it.
Can I go up there when you take her up there?
You can go to the detention. Do you know where it is?
Everything?
It's
Okay, so what is she under arrest for?
She's over 18. She's got a copy.
I understand that,
Right.
Detective Gonzalez.
Right.
What is she under arrest for?
She has a warrant for arrest. Okay?
For what?
That's all I'm going to tell you. Okay?
What do you mean that's all you're going to tell me?
she's over the age of 18.
I understand that, but I have a right to know as well.
And we'll tell you that. But
Okay, then let me know now. Let me know now. I'm giving you the corporation. I told you answer my question. What is she under arrest for?
Like I said, she's over the age of 18. Like, that we can't really put that information, but if you bring her out here, we'll tell you.
What is she under arrest
bring her out here,
for?
we'll tell you right now.
No, I'm not bringing her out here yet. Let me know what she's under arrest
She's
for.
going to get arrested regardless. I mean, I don't know why.
For what? For what? For what?
Are you okay with telling me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Tell me.
Homicide. Open count of homicide. And tampering with evidence.
tampering with evidence at the hospital?
So, can we see her now?
Give me a minute.
Okay.
I have a right to see a warrant. It doesn't matter if she's over the age of 18. This is my house. You have a right. You have to show me that warrant.
If we were searching her house.
Even if she's under arrest, you have to show me the warrant.
Up to her.
And we understand, but we have to do our jobs too.
I understand that. I understand that. That's Melanie. That's Devin's mom. She's good. She's okay.
We're not going to be rough with her, and we're just going to take her over there and book her.
Please don't be rough with her, please.
Just bring her out. You can be with her the entire time, okay?
Do you know where the public safety complex is? 3300 West Main?
You can follow us over there. I will take you there. You can follow me.
Hi. What's your name?
Alexi.
Okay. What's the last 4 of your social?
She don't even know it.
You don't know it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Alexia, do you know your date of birth?
Yes.
Okay.
What is it?
11/25 birthday.
Yeah.
Do you have to walk her all the way over there? Can we bring your car up here?
It's up to you.
Yeah.
That's all. Just please.
I'll go get it.
Alexia, are you okay with your mom getting your criminal complaint when we get to the detention center? It has your personal information
Can
on
you
it.
repeat that?
Are you okay with your mother getting the criminal complaint? It has your personal identifying information on it. Serial number, date of birth.
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. I have to serve you first, then your mom can get it, okay? I do. He's gonna move his unit around. No medications, anything you need to take while you're in there?
Yes, sir. No.
Okay.
She has still been like bleeding, so I don't know if she needs.
Do you have any? I don't know if they have tampons.
They do have family products.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure if you take your own, you can use your own if you need it.
Can she? Do you want to grab some? Can she grab some of that right quick? Or?
Yes.
Do you mind if
Get your little bag.
one of us goes with you?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just making sure you're doing.
Just grab it a little.
Okay. And just nothing sharp, no flammables, nothing sharp, okay? Okay, they're gonna check it when you get over there, okay?
Okay.
Alexi Treviso was arrested and taken to jail for first-degree murder and evidence tampering. Her pretrial hearing is currently set for July 22nd, 2024, and her murder trial set for August. If you thought this was bizarre, just wait until you hear about the father who identified his rapper son as the one who gunned down someone over a diss track.
Did Hakeem Robinson know about the song?
Yes, sir.
Who was the shooter in that video?
Hakeem Robinson.
Your son, Hakeem Robinson.
Yes, sir.
On January 15, 2020, Jacksonville, Florida, an off-duty officer witnessed a shootout at 11 a.m. outside a shopping center. He saw a gunman shoot the victim, 23-year-old Charles Quentin McCormick, a.k.a. Lil Buck, with a rifle and flee the spot in his Nissan Altima. The officer chased the car until it crashed on Townsend Boulevard. The three suspects inside ran away. The police had their suspicions and called Abdul Karim Robinson, the father of rapper Hakeem Robinson, a.k.a. Kasu, for further investigation. What followed next was very shocking.
All right. Mr. Robinson, again, Joel Cooper with State Attorney's Office. Here to take a sworn statement from you. If you would, please raise your right hand. Mr. Robinson, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you can put your hand down. You understand that the oath you just took is just like taking an oath in court, and that if you lie in a material way, that is a felony. It's called perjury, punishable by up to 5 years in prison. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Today, Mr. Robinson, are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medications that would affect your ability to tell the truth?
No, sir.
Any physical or emotional conditions that would affect your ability to tell the truth?
No, sir.
Okay. Has anybody forced you or threatened you in any way to give a statement here today?
No, sir.
Now, in your case that you have pending involving myself, 20 CF 8261, there are multiple other individuals, co-defendants, that are also pending involving that matter. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that includes one of your sons, Abdul Robinson Jr.
Yes, sir.
And what do you call him?
Kareem.
Karim?
Yes, sir.
And that's his middle name?
Yes, sir.
Does he also have other nicknames?
Yeah.
Do people sometimes refer to him as Little Blue?
Yes.
Do they sometimes refer to him as Crazy or K Crazy?
Yeah, Crazy K.
Crazy K. Okay. Hakeem Robinson is also your son?
Yes, sir.
And a co-defendant in your case? Correct?
Yes, sir.
And does he have a nickname?
Oh.
What do you call Hakeem Robinson?
Oh, Keeman.
Do all other people also call him Queso?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Leroy Whitaker is another co-defendant.
Yes, sir.
What is his nickname?
Scotty.
Okay. And finally, we have Dominique Varner, who is another co-defendant. What is his nickname?
Butter.
How long have you known Dominique Varner?
I've been knowing him I knew his father. I've been kind of knowing him all his life.
Most of his life?
Yes.
Did your family also know Butter? And what I mean by that, does Hakeem Robinson know Dominique?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He knows Dominique Varner?
Yes, sir.
Does Little Blue Abdul Robinson Jr. know Varner?
Yes, sir.
And does Scotty Leroy Whitaker know Varner?
Yes, sir.
And do Hakeem Robinson, Scotty, and Dominique Varner, Butter, all hang out together?
Yes, sir.
In January of 2020, did Abdul Robinson Jr. use two specific numbers? I'm going to reference one that I think you've seen before as part of your discovery, but 904-624-3684.
Yes, sir.
You recognize that as one of his numbers?
Yes, sir.
An area code 478-491-2831. Do you recognize that number?
Yes, sir.
And is that a phone number that Abdul Robinson Jr. also used?
Yes, sir.
Now, prior to Hakeem Robinson's arrest, did he also use multiple cell phones?
Yes, sir.
And was it common for you to speak to Hakeem Robinson over the phone?
Yeah.
And so in January of 2020, was Hakeem Robinson using phone number 904-704-1595?
Yes, sir.
And did he also use phone number area code 478-305-9583?
Yes, sir.
In January of 2020, was Leroy Whitaker's phone number area code 904-803-3671?
Yes, sir.
And again, you communicated with all of these individuals over the phone?
Yes, sir.
Did he want to find out who was responsible?
Yes, sir.
And was that in fact something that, as a family, Hakeem Robinson, Abdul Robinson Jr., did y'all discuss, trying to figure out who was responsible?
Yes, sir.
Was Leroy Whitaker close to?
Not really.
What about Dominique Varner?
I don't think he was close to him. He knew him, though.
Okay. But Hakeem Robinson and your other son, Abdul Robinson Jr., were closer to
Yeah.
All started when McCormick made a song that talked despairingly about Hakeem Robinson's dead brother, Willie Addison Jr. When the officers interrogated the dad about the song and the crash later after the shooting, they were surprised by his reaction.
Now, he was shot and killed on January 15th of 2020 at a shopping center on Merrill Road. Are you aware of a song put out prior to him being shot and killed in January 2020?
Yes, sir.
And what was your understanding of what that song was about?
It was a diss song.
So you said a diss song?
Yes. Yeah.
So it was
talking bad about it.
Talking bad. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. Talking bad. Who brought that song to your attention?
Oh, really social media.
Did Hakeem Robinson know about the song?
Yes, sir.
Did he ever talk to you about the song?
Yeah.
Okay. And how did he feel about the song?
He didn't like it.
Okay. What about Abdul Robinson Jr.? Did he ever mention the song to you?
Yes, sir.
How did he feel about it?
He didn't like it either.
Now, going again back to January 15th of 2020, that day, were you called by Abdul Robinson Jr., your son?
Yes, sir.
And was that from a number that you recognized as belonging to him?
Yes, sir.
What did he want?
He wanted me to go pick up Scotty.
Okay. And I know it's hard to just, if you can keep your voice up for me, but you said Abdul Robinson Jr. wanted you to go pick up Scotty.
Yes.
Leroy Whitaker.
Yes.
All right. Did you also get phone calls from Leroy Whitaker?
Yes, sir.
And what did he want?
Telling me where he was at to come pick him up.
Did he tell you if he was alone or did he have anybody with him?
No, he said him and Butter was together.
So Leroy Whitaker and Dominique Varner.
Oh, he was next to a crash car.
Did that car crash? Was it on the street or in a yard? Do you remember?
It looked like it was kind of like in a ditch or a yard. It looked like it might have been in like a ditch or something.
So was that near a house?
Yes.
Like in the front yard of a house?
Yes.
And you drove past that?
And both of them had on pajamas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything specific about either one of them?
Yes, with some Mountain Dew pajamas.
Okay. Today, do you remember which one had that on?
I think it was Dominique.
Dominique Barner?
I think so.
Did they have anything in their hands as they came out of the house?
Yeah, they had some more clothes in their hand.
Both of them?
Yes, sir.
Immediately concerned for anybody else?
Yes, sir.
And who was that?
Hakeem.
And that's Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
And why were you concerned for Hakeem Robinson?
So I know that's their little friends, circles, and he wasn't there. It was just them.
And so is it common for Hakeem Robinson, Leroy Whitaker, and Dominique Barner to hang out together?
Yes, sir.
And so when he wasn't there, you were concerned for what might be going on with Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
Did you express your concern to Leroy Whitaker and Dominique Barner?
Yes, I kept asking like, where Hakeem at? Or Hakeem, where Hakeem at? I kept asking like, where Hakeem at? And that's when they finally told me he jumped out of the car and ran another way.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you just to be careful with your hands and your mouth just because of the recording. Who told you that, did both Leroy Whitaker and Dominique Barner talk to you about the car that crashed?
Yes.
And what you mentioned just a moment ago that they said Hakeem Robinson got out of the car.
Yes, sir.
Tell me specifically what, did Dominique Barner say that to you as well?
Both of them said it.
Okay. What do you specifically remember them saying?
That they crashed the car, the police chasing them, and came and jumped out the car. They went one way, he went another way.
Did they say whether or not Hakeem Robinson, Keamy, had anything with him when he jumped out of the car?
Yeah, they say he had a gun with him.
Did Leroy Whitaker and Dominique Barner mention to you if anything had been left behind in the car after it crashed?
Yep, they said they left a gun in the car behind.
Okay. And did Leroy Whitaker and Dominique Barner tell you anything about what may have transpired or was going to transpire before the crash?
Before the...
Yeah, let me rephrase that. Before the car crashed, did Dominique Barner and Leroy Whitaker say anything about what someone in the car maybe was going to do as they fled from the police?
Oh, yeah, shoot at the police.
And who was going to specifically be the one shooting?
Keamy.
And hearing all of that information, were you still concerned for?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was very much concerned.
In addition to that information, did you learn about being shot and killed?
Yes, sir.
And who told you that?
Scotty explained to me that it was a guy that got shot. It was a little while back before this situation at a gas station that made the song.
So Leroy Whitaker was explaining to you it was a person that had been shot once before?
Yes, sir.
And who shot him the time before?
He did.
Scotty?
Scotty.
And the reason was because of a song that he put out?
Yes, sir.
And so when he told you that information, were you aware of who this person was?
Yes, sir.
Investigation revealed photos of guns on Hakeem Robinson's Instagram account, plus a music video by McCormick with the caption, "BYE," and emojis of waving hands. The police further questioned Abdul about his son's social media posts.
What questions or statements, communication, I guess, did you have with Leroy Whitaker and Dominique Barner about where Hakeem Robinson was located?
Where he was located
Yeah.
at? I asked him where he was at. I kept, pressing where he was at, and that's when they told me that the young lady had picked him up.
Who told you that?
Scott with Leroy Whitaker.
Okay. And what lady are you referring to? It was your understanding from Scotty that Hakeem Robinson up.
Yes, sir.
Now, within a couple days of the, did you see anything on social media posted by your son Hakeem Robinson that concerned you?
Yes, sir.
And what was that specifically?
It was they call it a story. It's on the story saying that kill a nigga and get his toes done.
And was that depicting Hakeem Robinson?
Say what?
Did that, you said it was on the story, was that like Instagram story?
Yeah, Instagram story.
And was that something that was posted by Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
When you saw that, were you upset?
Yes, sir.
Did you try and reach out and speak to Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
And when you spoke to him, what did you tell him?
I told him he need to take that shit down.
Did he deny being involved when you told him to take that down?
No.
Abdul had been very forthcoming with his answers up till now. So the investigators decided to up the ante and asked him more direct questions. What happened next was incredibly interesting.
Now, as part of the discovery in this case, you've had an opportunity with your attorney to watch what I'll refer to as a dash cam video, a video that actually recorded the murder of Charles McCormick. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you've watched that?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you watched that video, could you see what the shooter was wearing?
Yes, sir.
Could you see how the shooter ran?
Yes, sir.
How the shooter moved?
Yes, sir.
Did you also see the firearm that was used?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, when you watched that video of the murder of Charles McCormick, did you recognize the shooter?
Yes, sir.
Who was the shooter in that video?
Hakeem Robinson.
Your son, Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
And obviously he's your son, so you're very familiar with him.
Yes, sir.
You're familiar with his height and his build?
Yes, sir.
You're familiar with how he walks and runs?
Yes, sir.
You've seen him move in music videos?
Yes, sir.
Did he have dreads back in 2020, January of 2020?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever seen him wear hoodies?
Yes, sir.
Is that common for him to wear?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever seen him wear the hoodie with it pulled up over his dreads?
Yes, sir.
And did that look similar to what was captured in the dash cam video of the murder?
Yes, sir.
And again, as Hakeem Robinson's father, when you look at that video, to you that is Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
When you watched that video, was there anything about the clothing that also stood out?
No, it was the shoes, though.
And what was familiar about the shoes?
I hadn't seen the gray and white Jordans before.
On who?
On Hakeem.
Okay, so you've seen Hakeem Robinson with shoes that appeared to you to be the same as what the shooter was wearing?
Yes, sir.
Anything about the firearm look familiar to you?
Yeah, it looked like I seen in the video before.
You believe you've seen that firearm on what?
A video.
Okay, what kind of video?
Music video.
Do you remember the name of the music video?
Bang It Out.
Now, when that music video was recorded, were you actually present?
Yes, sir.
And was Hakeem Robinson in that video?
Yes, sir.
Did Hakeem Robinson in that video, was he holding two different firearms?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you recall what one of the firearms was?
Draco.
All right. And then the second firearm, was that could you describe it? What color was it?
Black. Okay. Short.
Okay. And is that the firearm, the black short firearm in that video, that you believe to be the same or similar firearm that you saw in the dash cam video of the murder?
Yes, sir.
Now, since you were present for the filming of the Banging Out videos, were the two firearms, the Draco and the short black firearm Hakeem Robinson had, were they real firearms?
Yes, sir.
And did Hakeem Robinson have that short black firearm that was depicted in the video prior to the death of Charles McCormick?
Yes, sir.
After Charles McCormick was shot and killed, did you ever see Hakeem Robinson with that firearm, that short black firearm again?
No, sir.
Did you still see him with the Draco?
Yes, sir.
Now, during this case, Abdul Robinson Jr., he was arrested last, correct?
Yes, sir.
Prior to him getting arrested, was he aware that there was an arrest warrant outstanding for him?
Yes, sir.
And once he was aware of that, did he flee Florida and go to another state?
Yes, sir.
And he was trying to hide from law enforcement?
Yes, sir.
Do you also know a person? And so, has he ever been to your house in Brown Jersey Court before?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's all the questions I got, Mr. Robinson. Thank you.
Abdul Karim Robinson confessed to everything the interrogator asked him and incriminated his son Hakeem Robinson in the process. Hakeem Robinson was indicted for first-degree murder in 2 cases. In both, the victim was a rival Jacksonville rapper, Charles McCormick, aka Lil Buck, killed in January 2020, and Adrian Gaynor, aka Bibby, killed in February 2019. He has pleaded not guilty and the case trial is still underway. Up next is a gruesome case involving the murder of a 98-year-old woman by a teenager. His parents were equally shocked when they found out.
I mean, what other crime could I commit that would really matter at this point?
Engaging in sex with her. Oh, what? What was doing that? No, I don't believe. Oh my God.
On the morning of April 9th, 2018 officers with the Wadsworth Police Department received a call from the family of Margaret Douglas, a 98-year-old woman who lived alone and hadn't been heard from in a number of days.
Wadsworth Police?
Yes, this is Howard Leisure. My aunt lives on Portage Street.
Okay.
And a friend of ours stopped over there yesterday to check on her, and she was nowhere to be found. We didn't know if you found anybody wandering.
No, we don't have any reports of anybody wandering.
We can't find her in the house anywhere. He went in the house and looked through the whole house, couldn't find her. We don't know where she's at. She's 98 years old.
Did she live there by herself?
She lives there by herself, yes.
What's her name?
Margaret Douglas. And she never locks her house.
Okay.
She doesn't drive. She doesn't have a car. And I checked with what relatives I had phone numbers for, and nobody's heard from her or picked her up, so.
Okay.
Initially, the police was unable to find her, but when Howard Leisure, Margaret Douglas's nephew, went to check his aunt's closet, he made a horrifying discovery: the lifeless body of Margaret Douglas. After interviewing the family, the police decided to speak with David, a man who looked after Douglas and regularly visited her home to help with chores.
And I came up Sunday, and on 3:30 or 5, somewhere around there, and there were the 3 newspapers on the front porch. So I knocked on the door and then opened. She never locked her door.
Was it common knowledge that her front door was not locked?
I don't think so. I know we never told anybody. I wouldn't want anybody to know something like that, you know.
The police soon confirmed that David was innocent and had no hand in Margaret's murder. So they decided to investigate all the smaller crimes happening in the area. And that is when they made a breakthrough. The police caught a perpetrator who named Gavin Ramsey as the person involved in petty crimes. The officers brought Gavin and his friend in for questioning. Ramsey was accompanied by his mother as he was underage.
Gavin, does your mom know why you're here?
Well, he said he climbed on top of the church.
Yeah.
So there's got to be more to that story, because I wouldn't be going down here and picking up at school if that's what he did.
The police were already well acquainted with Gavin. Lately, he appeared to have made a habit of going out at night to get up to all manner of mischief. This time, Gavin told a story about secretly meeting up with his friend, Braden.
We weren't really doing anything. Then we went over to the church and climbed on top. And then we went into the courtyard, but that's all we did.
Nah, you did more. Unfortunately, you guys have left behind some very telling items, okay? If we're going to get to the bottom of this, let's just make it the truth all at once. Let's deal with it and get it done.
You're 17.
Yeah. You're a kid, so you're not looking at as much trouble. Your phone.
Yes.
Where do you think you left it?
That I have no idea.
What were you doing last night?
Just out walking around. I forget the officer's name, but somebody stopped me and I talked to him for a little bit. I guess he was out looking for somebody.
Who were you walking around with?
Nobody.
If you just want to be honest with me, that would be great. And if not, I can just say that you said you were nowhere near, and here's the video.
Okay. I appreciate, I guess, the straight upness. I do, honestly. I was out with a friend. We were just messing around, and I'm not exactly sure what church that is, but we decided to get up on top of the roof, and then we dropped down to see if one of the doors were open, and then a silent alarm, not really silent, we heard it. We saw an officer walking from the church, and then we ran from him.
So was that Gavin's green lighter then, or yours?
Green lighter, that would be Gavin's.
You guys do anything else in the area?
No.
So you guys didn't go into any cars? You know what? It would make me feel a lot better now if it was just the two of you that went into the cars.
Yeah.
You know, because of the other issue in the area. I'm sure.
I didn't even know there was coffee issue there.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. You guys didn't. Now would be the time to tell, okay? Because we processed the cars, we did fingerprints and DNA. he's been in trouble. I would assume you were with him at Central Intermediate School?
Yes.
So your DNA is on file as well. So that's all going to come up. If it's you guys, for goodness sakes, it's just rummaging through cars and nothing was even taken that they could tell. We've had a lot of goings on in the neighborhood lately. And probably more than the general public is aware.
I'm sure.
More than one incident. Yeah, so more than one incident. So,
okay.
Unfortunately, we're trying to see if, they're all related.
But as the investigations went on, police suspected there was much more to Gavin's story, and they brought him in for questioning once again. And what they heard strengthened their suspicions more.
We had a carjacking.
Oh my God.
And the suspect is a young white male with a nice complexion and blue eyes. Is that you?
No, it's not me. I wouldn't know the first thing about jacking a car.
There's no reason for me to fluff anything up.
Nope.
And I'm sure you guys know about the elderly woman that was coming.
Oh my God, that was horrifying. That was horrifying. It is horrifying.
Did you know her at all?
No, other than just to see her out, like on a porch. That actually makes me want to cry. Like, how do you get to be 98 years old? Nobody lives to be 98. It's so rare. And someone else thought that was okay. Like, how does that, I don't know. Like, why does your life end like that?
I asked him, did you get put in a bad situation? Did somebody put you in a bad situation? No.
Yeah, let's look at it this way. Honesty is always what's best.
I'm not holding anything back. Like,
you've already gotten yourself in trouble, so.
I know, and I don't even. I don't know what to say.
Is there more? Because it always comes out.
It's not that there's anything more. It's what the, dude.
That's why I always told you kids, what happens in the dark comes out in the light. That's the way it works. You mess up, you get caught. You make bad choices, you're going to pay for it. So if there's something else, let's get it all out on the table so that we know what we're dealing with.
There's not anything else. It's, I don't know, I'm mad at myself. I'm so mad at myself.
What are you so mad at yourself for?
I was 16 and already had a felony, like 5 misdemeanors, and now I'm going to be in more trouble. I have to go back to court, and I'm done with it. I'm so done with it. Dude, I'm costing them thousands of dollars, constant heartbreak. I've honestly probably never made either of them proud. I don't do anything good.
Stop cussing.
You didn't take anybody's car? Have you ever used an app called Grindr?
No.
How do you feel about gay people?
I'm not gay.
Oh, well, that's okay. But they don't bother you?
No, nobody bothers me.
The detective pressed Gavin further, and this led to Gavin making a strange request.
Is there something else you need to tell us? What's upsetting you so much?
Nothing.
The detective clearly hit on something.
Honestly, can you two actually leave for a second?
What's that?
Can you two actually leave? So I can talk to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
The carjacking, it was me. I'm going to be honest about it, but the way that he explained it, that guy, that's not right. That Grindr thing, yeah, I have been on it. And this guy was like the first time that this happened, and I told him, like, I was 17 and everything, and I wasn't planning on doing anything with him. It's not my style. I was just, like, he's a 40-year-old man trying to get with a 17-year-old, so I was just gonna rob him. It's still messed up, but against what he's doing, I don't really think it is. And then the whole carjacking thing, should we go to the back seat? I'm like, yeah, sure. So he got out. I sit and locked the doors and hopped in the driver's seat and just drove around, messed with him, and then I left.
Do you have his wallet?
No. No, that's because I kept asking him, like, I cracked the window of the car, like, because he walked up, doors were locked, everything. I'm like, where's your wallet? And he's like, I don't have it. So then, I opened his glove box and all that. And I'm like, well, show me your pockets. And he's like, I don't have it, but can I have my phone? I'm like, no. And then I turned and he like tried to grab the window and like break it. And then I gassed it and he walked, and that's when he left Overlook. And then I went up to like where the dumpsters are, you know where that white van is? Yeah, and that's where I left the car and I just went over.
He admitted to the carjacking, so the police decided to switch their line of questioning.
You didn't hurt that old lady, did you?
No, and that's what I was pissed about earlier.
What were you pissed about?
Because there's actually people accusing me of killing the girl. And that's, like, I just said some dark stuff and everything. And, like, I don't know, people know. Like, I'm a dark person, I guess, but, like, I'm not gonna go kill somebody. It's not like that. But people are saying, they're like, oh, you killed her, didn't you? I really feel like you did. I'm like, no, I didn't.
So people are saying it?
Yeah, and it's making me really mad. It really is.
There's no reason that we would find your DNA inside her house because we swabbed the hell out of that house.
You shouldn't.
What do you think should happen to somebody that does that?
That kills someone?
Kills a 98-year-old woman.
I don't know. I think eye for an eye is the best way to go. That's how I look at things. Eye for an eye.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I will give them your name and let them know your DNA is on file, and they can rule you out. Okay, when we get a DNA profile. Would that help you?
I mean, what, for like the lady?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that doesn't bother me.
Gavin was later allowed to leave with the condition that he give his DNA samples and mobile phone. The police were still not sure what they would find, but what they discovered was something so horrific that it would make them place Gavin under arrest immediately.
When you had your mom leave the room the other day, were you going to tell me this?
No, this was the subject. I thought about it, but I didn't know what to do.
Did you know I'd be coming to see you after we got your phone?
I figured. As soon as I heard the knock on the door, I honestly, if my boots would died, I think I would have ran.
You sure I can't get you a drink?
Police examined Ramsey's phone and discovered the biggest shock of all: photos and videos of Douglas taken in her own home without her knowledge. Ramsey had secretly entered the house and recorded her. As the interrogation went on, the truth would finally come out and it would shock everybody.
Did you go in the house initially just to steal something?
Just honestly, all I did was I wanted the adrenaline rush.
Oh, just going into a house.
Something. Yeah. So that's why I broke into the car and stuff, because there's that risk factor And all I've ever done is take risks because that's the only thing that makes me.
That's your drug, adrenaline?
Yeah, like, I don't know, nothing feels real to me. When I have adrenaline, it's like, alright.
You feel alive.
Not
like there's meaning to you. Right?
I don't know about meaning,
but you understand, like, you feel like
yeah, it feels different. So, I didn't know whose house it was at first until
you saw her. And you knew she knew you.
Had you talked to her before? I know we discussed this a couple times, but
just going to, like when I was 13 or 14, going to shovel driveways and stuff. You know, when I was actually doing something good.
And nobody was with you this night? And you've not told anybody about this?
No, nobody knows about this.
Was it dark when you went inside the house? No lights on or nothing?
None at all?
Well, no, there was the lamp that was on.
Were you in her house for a little while before you woke her up?
I mean, I came up onto the porch, and I didn't even know what I was going to do. And I looked in the window and everything. I don't know, I felt like going into a house is like the biggest adrenaline rush I could get, I guess. So then I tried the doorknob and that just happened to be unlocked.
Was it the front door or back door?
The back door. Well, she was already asleep whenever I went in because when I came around the corner, that's where I saw her and it scared me. Because I didn't expect to see someone right there. Because I didn't hear anything. So I came in, like, I opened the door, and I just listened. And I didn't hear anything, so maybe nobody saw me. And then I go to walk around that corner, I think I'm still going slow, but I see her, and she's, I don't know, like sleeping or something. And then I go to turn around and hit the chair. And it made a noise, and she woke up.
And she started to scream at that point, you said?
Yeah, because like when I hit the chair, I like turned back around and I looked and she was there staring at me and started to yell. And then went for the phone. She already knew what it looked like.
Was that when you were trying to get the phone away from her so she couldn't call? Did you not get away, or was that what you guys fought over the phone?
It was like a little bit of a fight, I think. I threw it under the couch. I'm not really sure. By the time I even realized what I was doing, it was too late to stop anything.
And you realized that's when you were on the floor on top of her with your hands on her and stuff. That's when, okay.
So when she died, was she on the couch or on the floor?
Floor.
Were you on top of her then?
Kind of.
Like straddling her?
Yeah.
And did you use one hand or both?
Both.
And did you squeeze it or push her against the floor or both?
Both.
And you said you don't remember if she was bleeding at that point?
The only reason I can think of bleeding is when I put my hand over her mouth.
So when you were holding her hand over her mouth, you might have pushed too hard and maybe made her nose bleed?
Yeah.
So how long do you think you were in the house before you woke her up?
I don't know, probably like 10, 15 minutes.
And then from the time you woke her up to the time you ended up on top of her, choking her, how long did that whole part take?
Probably like 5 minutes.
Was she like fighting back with you then, trying to struggle, and then you guys went down?
Yeah. I think on our way down is when we got ripped.
But you don't remember ripping her panties?
The officers realized there were more horrific details that Gavin had skipped, but soon those came out tumbling too.
That you were on Margaret, had you drank or smoked anything? Done any drugs that night?
No, I was actually sober that night. Which is another reason why I smoke weed and I drink. Because I can't handle myself when I'm sober. Or I can't, like, comprehend. I don't even know the word to use. My thoughts when I'm sober are dark. When I'm high, they're, like, good thoughts.
Had you ever thought about harming anybody before or taking someone's life before?
Not like planning it out, but like, oh, I'm so mad I could go kill someone right now. Like that kind of thing.
But you never imagined yourself actually doing it?
No, I could never vision myself. I wondered what killing somebody would feel like, but I've also wondered what jumping off a building would feel like. So it's not like anything about this was premeditated.
When the police searched Gavin's house, they a glove matching the kind that was recovered from the scene, as well as Douglas's missing wallet. They also found Ramsey's journal in which he'd written about serial killers and had described his fantasies involving rape and murder. But through the interrogation, more and more sick details would come out.
There was purple stuff on it. What was the purple stuff that was on there? I get it that there's a whole piece of this that you don't understand why you do, okay? I understand the whole piece that you don't understand. Did the purple stuff have to do with the whole piece that you don't understand why you do? No.
No, the purple stuff was that jelly. I don't even know where that came into play at.
Did you maybe use it like kind of as a lubricant for something?
Is it a part you don't understand, or is it a part just embarrassing? In your own mind, you know what I mean? In your own mind. Because it's okay. None of this is okay. Well, it's not okay. I'm saying we understand that it's an embarrassing part. You're just not sure if we understand that part. You know what I mean? It's okay that we understand it that way. Something I can understand, I guess. You know,
but you put the jelly on the glove. Is that when you used her hand to rub your...
Yeah.
Gavin's family was waiting outside the interrogation room. And when the news was delivered to them, their reaction was extreme, to say the least.
All the phone contained images of Margaret before and after her death, as well as videos of your son with her. Okay. Engaging in sex with her. Was she still alive when he was doing that? No, I don't believe. Oh my God. This isn't happening. This isn't real.
I want you to know, I spoke to the director of the juvenile detention facility. I explained the situation. I explained that he was highly emotionally distraught. I asked him to defer watch.
Okay.
I've asked him to take, to keep him under 24/7 observation.
Okay.
I know this is an emotionally devastating situation.
I just know right now.
It's a horrible set of circumstances. You deserve to know he will be tried as an adult. Oh my God, oh my God. 98 years old. Just living out her days. And here's my son. My son is and I'm mothering all these people out here. And it's my son.
Does Gavin understand he's going to prison? Probably for the rest of his life.
Gavin was charged with aggravated murder, aggravated battery, kidnapping, and abuse of a corpse. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole.